কৃষ্ণ বার্ত বিনয়ন আশা পার্থ বলি জানো শৈব সাথী ভয়ঙ্করী শ্রীকৃষ্ণ বিষয় মতি জীবের দুর্লভতি শৈব সামতি লয় হরি শুনো মন বলি হে তোমায়া শোনো মন বলি হে তোমায়া মুক্তি নামে সাধুলিনী তার কথা যদি শুনি সর্বাত্মা সম্পত্তি গিল খায়া তাদুদ্ভয় ত্যাগ কর মুক্তি কথা পরিহার লক্ষ্মীপতি রতি রাখো দূরে সেই রতি প্রবল হলে পারব্যমে দায় ফেলে নাহি দায় বাস ব্রজপুরে ব্রজে কৃষ্ণ ব্রজে রাধা কৃষ্ণ রতি অমূল্য ধন দতি তাই তুমি ভজ চিরদিন রূপ রঘুনাথ পায় সেই রতি প্রার্থনায় এ ভক্তি বিনোদ দীনহীন এই ভক্তি বিনোদ দীনহীন Translation of the Sri Bhakti Vinod Thakur's Manah-Siksa Bhasha, Song 4. Discussions about useless things without speaking of Krishna are like a frightening prostitute. Such talk takes away thoughts about Krishna, which are extremely rare for living beings. Listen, O mind, tell me about you. Let me tell you. If you listen to the crouching tigress called liberation mukti, it devours all the opulence of the soul. Renounce both liberation and useless discussions, and even give up attachment for the Lord's form as Lakshmi's husband Narayana. If your love for Narayana is too strong, it will send you to Vaikuntha, Paravyoma, and you will not find shelter in Vraja. But love for Radha and Krishna in Vraja grants a unique and incomparable treasure, so pray for that every day. This lowly and poor Bhakti Vinoda prayer prays for such love at the feet of Rupa and Raghunatha. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for this sweet offering. This commentary beautifully highlights the danger of discussing topics other than Krishna and how we should only have attachment to Sri Krishna and nobody else. So before we move ahead, there is a small announcement for the devotees who would like to hear this class in Hindi and Portuguese. यह सूचना उन भक्तों के लिए है जो इस क्लास को हिंदी में सुनना चाहते हैं। इस क्लास को हिंदी में सुनने के लिए आप अपने फोन या लैपटॉप के सबसे नीचे वाले भाग के दाहिनी तरफ 3 बिंदुओं को क्लिक करें, उसके बाद इंटरप्रिटेशन का चयन करें, फिर हिंदी को चुनें और फिर डन दबाएं। यह करने से आप इस क्लास को हिंदी में सुन पाएंगे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees, there is a power cut at Gurudev's place. So Gurudev will be joining us soon.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So, in the time Srila Gurudev joins us, we have a very exciting announcement for all of you. Just a minute. All right. So, in the month of January, Srila Gurudev, His Holiness Bhakti Damodara Swami Maharaj, would be coming to India. And we are very excited to announce that we'll be having the visit of Srila Gurudev starting with a power-packed Dwarka Dham Yatra. So the details of this will be shared again today on the BDD Swami updates group. And there are just last 2 days left for the registration. So all those devotees who are interested to join for this yatra can contact Shravana Mataji, and the details will also be shared on BDD Swami updates group. So we invite all of you to join us for the in-presence feast also, which will be continued in Sri Dwarka Dham. Shravana Mataji, would you like to add something?
Yeah, Hare Krishna, dear devotees. This is a 6-day yatra, 6 days, 7-day yatra, 6 nights, 7 days. And we'll be going from Rajkot to Jamnagar, to Somnath, then Porbandar and Dwarka. So we are visiting all the important places. So would like maximum devotee participation, as Gurudev is looking forward for it. So please do your registrations. Then we'll share all the other details soon. Hare Krishna.
Gurudev joined. The Srila Gurudev is here. Yes. Hare Krishna, dear Srila Gurudev. Please accept my humble obeisance to these lotus feet.
Hare Krishna.
Gurudev, we are ready to hear the nectarian class from your lotus mouth.
Hari Hari Bol. Nama Om Vishnu Padya Krishna Prithaya Bhutale Simute. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tinanya Namaste Saraswati Guru Dauravani Prachari. Devi Sesa Sami Vadi Pastaja Sasari Om Agena. Chakshula Militan Dena. Tashmai Sri Guru Vinam. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtan. Sabitam Vina Bhutale. Swayam Papadamai. Vedati Swadantika. Pande Sri Guru Sri Utapadakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnava Sri Rupam Sarvajatan Sahagana Raghunathan Vitantam Sarvajan Sadhutam Savadutam Purijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Sri Radha Krishna Pal Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakham Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Nagandhu Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namasiti Takanchana Gaurangi Adebunda Vanishwari Visavana Sutadi Vikramapi Priya Panchakol Pataru Vyascha Vika Sundhya Vasa Patitanam Pavanavyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namah Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare To the Prabhupada Ki Jai Raghunath Swami Ki Jai Srila Bhakti Thakur Ki Jai Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Continue our discussing our feast. Manah-Siksa, Sri Manah-Siksa, the splendid instructions to the mind by Sri Raghunath Das Goswami. Splendid instructions to the mind. Day 9, we are going to enter into verse number 4, first section. So this is a qualification for the inner parts. Recap from verse 1 to 3. In verse 1, we have talking about the advice of Sir Raghunath Das Goswami that we should give up pride and to develop unprecedented and excessive attachment to Sri Guru, Sri Vrindavan, the devotees to the confidential mantra, to the holy names, the process of surrender. In verse 2, we have looked at detachment from materialistic activities and also look at the reason why and the process how to do that, both pious and impious. Remember the son of Sachi Devi as the son of Damodara. Remember Sri Guru as the dearest servant of Lord Mukunda. In verse 3, we also look at desire for loving service. Remember and offer obeisances to Sri Swarup Damodara, Sarupa Goswami, and his associate in Vrindavan, and to Sri Rupa's elder brother, Sri Sanatana Goswami. So we are going to verse 4 now. Verse 4, part 1. This is a meditation given to us by Srila Bhakti, the seventh Goswami of Vrindavan. And it has been beautifully recited and read. So now we just continue. Discussions about useless things. Without speaking of Krishna alike, a frightening prostitute. Frightening prostitute. Such talk takes away thought about Krishna, which are extremely rare for living beings. Listen, O mind, let me tell you the truth, only the truth. If we listen to the crouching tigress called liberation, Mukti, it devours all the opulence of the soul. So here, Bhakti Natakura is giving us protection so that we can know exactly the thing that we should avoid and why we should avoid those things. Yes, they are our chariots. They know everything. Therefore, they are not just giving us knowledge. They are giving us their realizations out of love. And the beauty of following is that if you follow the if you follow the Mahajans, if you follow their chariots, Satu, Brite, if you follow the chariots, the beauty of following is that by their mercy, we will avoid all the troubles we're supposed to get by the mercy, we will not get them. Because they are giving their realizations from their own experience. They share it. So if we follow them, we will avoid all unnecessary things, all the trouble that we will have gone through before coming to the stage where they are, that they are sharing with us. So it is very important for us to follow. Yes. Renounce both liberation and useless discussions. And even give up attachment for the Lord's form as Lakshmi's husband, Narayan. If your love for Narayan is too strong, it will send you to Vaikuntha, Paravyoma, and you will not find shelter in Braj. But love for Radha and Krishna and Braj grants a unique and incomparable treasure. So pray for that every day. This lowly and poor Bhakti not Thakura prays for such love at the feet of Rupa and Raghunatha Goswamis. Verse number 4. Asar Bharata Vesavi Sri Jamati Sarvasya Harani Kata Mukti Vyagyana Sinu Kila Sarabhadama Gilani Api Chakwa Lakshmi Patiratim Ito Vyoma Nayanim Vrajiradas Krishno Swarati Manidotan Abhajamana. O mind, abandon without exception, abandon without regret, abandon without a second thought, without calculating, without considering. The prostitute of mundane talks, who plunders all intelligence. Do not listen at all to the stories of the tigress. What is that? Mukti, liberation. It's a tigress who devours all souls. Moreover, also give up all attachment to the husband of Lakshmi, Devi, Sri Narayan, who only lead one to by ye in Braj serve Sri Radha and Krishna, who give one the jewel of their own love. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. So this is, I just jumped to the verse. This is the song. Verses 4 to 7 teaches the process of eliminating obstacles, going subtler and closer to the root with each step by the mercy of and love for Krishna and his devotees. Now we're at the verse number 4. What is the problem? Absorption in mundane topics, desire for liberation, and desire for the opulences of Narayan is very destructive. What is the solution? The solution is that we should serve Sri Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan to receive the jewel of love of God, which is not found in Vaikuntha. Don't forget, we have mentioned many times that Lord Krishna kept Goloka Vrindavan far away from Vaikuntha. This is from the realization of Sanatana Goswami, not our realization. This is Sanatana Goswami. Krishna keeps Vrindavan, Goloka Vrindavan, far away from Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha is very special. So this verse 4, is so heavy. So we're going to treat it according to how Bhakti not arranges. Today we're taking only the first line, so we can really digest it. Want to take only one line today, then we can continue. Yes, go ahead. We can continue like this, so we can fully absorb ourselves in this feast. Let us relish this feast. Yesterday we already won. Don't leave anything in the plate. Finish to lick the plate. Lick it with our tongue, because it is so tasty. I have been telling devotees, if Ranangi Radha Mataji remember, when she comes to ask me for permission to go and cook, I would tell her, please cook in such a way that Lord Krishna will eat and eat all his fingers. I don't want to see the Lord's fingers in the hands. That's the quality of your food I'm expecting. That the Lord should eat everything. It should be so tasty that the Lord will eat with the hand also with it. That is it. That is feast. That is feast. Just like you have never seen, and you will never see someone licking honey and twist face. Nobody licks honey and sweet face. Everybody lick honey and smile. This is nectar. But this is beyond the honey. This is beyond the honey. Yes. This is beyond honey. The material honey which we get, this is beyond that. Our material honey can cure certain things, maybe eye problems, stomach problems, ear problems, skin problem. You have a wound which cannot heal, honey can heal it. But it cannot cure the disease of the heart. Hrid Roga. Hrid Roga. But this honey from the feet of a pure devotee and the feet of Krishna cures that disease. So therefore this honey is different. Yes. So the Bhakti not the Quran, Bhajana Dharapa. Yeah. It's illuminating this verse so we can really relish. We have mentioned many times that Raghunath Swami has cooked with love. Bhakti offer it with affection. Then we are distributing it words. Love. We are distributing it with affection. For the desire for us to enjoy. Yes, that is a motivation. That is a motivation. Mati Sarabashwa Arani Asadbarta Rupa Desha. Mundane gossip is like a prostitute who plunders the treasure of the heart. Just as a prostitute takes away wealth and everything else from an immoral person, material gossip plunders one's intelligence. The only wealth of a living being is discriminating intelligence that has spiritual attachment, spiritual attainment as the real goal of life. In contrast, any material gossip in relation to sense enjoyment or any kind of connection to sense enjoyment is all temporary and useless. His Holiness Bhakti Maharaj said that gossip has two side effects, which we have mentioned many times. In the Leadership Book 1, gossip has two side effects. It makes us spiritually depleted, like we have a flat tire. If you have a flat tire, you cannot move. That's how dangerous gossip is. Gossip makes us flat. In our Christian conscience, very depleted. And the second part, the second part of it, that when we are spiritually deflected, we sexually disturbed. Two side effects. So no intelligent person should engage himself or herself in this garbage. We shouldn't engage ourselves in the garbage. And here, Srila Bhakti Thakura is calling gossip as what? Prostitute. A prostitute who blunders means what? It takes away our interest in Christian consciousness. That's sense gratification. Sense gratification is so dangerous, it takes away our self-interest in our own self-interest. It's taken away. So if you watch very carefully, all of us very sincere to ourselves. Let us be very sincere to ourselves. Have you seen any persons engage in gossip and sleep? Anyone who is engaged in gossiping and also fall asleep in gossiping? Anyone has any experience that two people or people sitting together and gossiping and they fall asleep uninterested? No, from my own experience, no. Is it not? No. It's dangerous. But we can fall asleep in the class, in the forgotten class. We can fall asleep in Japa. But nobody falls asleep in gossip. Yes. Just see the amount of energy we put into gossip. We don't put that the same amount of energy in gossip. Sorry, in Japa. Or in hearing Christian conscience. It is so dangerous up to the point that while we are so-called engaged in cooking and gossiping, we are cooking for Krishna, and what we are cooking is gossiping. I was in one temple a few years ago, and then in that temple, I've eaten from the temple food only once. I've been going there for many years. It's only once I took prasadam in the temple prasadam. I never go there again. So one friend, he was worried. Mother, please eat something. You're going to be here and you're not eating every day. And people will, yeah, when you go back to Nigeria, very different. People will curse us as if don't worry about that. Don't worry. I said, nobody will curse you. Don't worry. Forget about it. He said, no, man, please eat something. You should eat. You should eat something. Take prasadam. After a few days of persuasion, constant persuasion, then one day when he came, I said, Prabhu, who are your cooks? As soon as he said, I said, oh, now I see the problem. I didn't say anything. Only one question I asked him, who are your cooks? And immediately he said, oh, now I understand. the answer he gave to me. Few days later, just few days, the same temple, the same visit, just few days after, one of the ladies, they came to my room. I said, Maharaj, I thought, is it true I've been hearing that you should not be talking Prajalpa? I said, yes, Prajalpa. He said, but that is what we do in the kitchen. Prajalpa, Prajalpa. We are cooking prostitutes and distributing prostitution in the temple of Radha and Krishna, and his exalted Amala Bhaktas. Poison. So Prabhupada has mentioned one of the classes he gave, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 8, Text 20. It's a price of 21 of the verses. Prabhupada gave, in that class, Prabhupada said, have you come here to disturb Krishna, or you have come here to serve Krishna? It's just a simple statement, but look at it deeply. So this kind of mentality, are we serving Krishna, or we have come here to disturb Krishna? Look at what we are offering him. We are cooking, so-called cooking for him, but all throughout the cooking is prajalpa. We are cooking prostitution. Mundane gossip is like a prostitute who plunders the treasure of the heart. Just as a prostitute takes away wealth and everything else from an immoral person, material gossip plunders one's intelligence. The only wealth of a living being is discriminating intelligence that has spiritual attainment as the goal of life. In contrast, any material gossip in relation to sense enjoyment or any kind of connection to sense enjoyment is all temporary and useless. All garbages. One intelligent person should waste his or her time in this if Christian consciousness is our goal. We have mentioned many times that we should clearly define our interest in Krishna and that we should be a Christian conscious, a purpose-driven conscious person, purpose-driven conscious devotee. We should be a purpose-driven Christian conscious person, because not everyone in Krishna consciousness is here to go back to Goloka Vrindavan. What is my proof? The proof is, for one who is here for Krishna will not engage in anything else outside what is approved in our scripture ordained by our chariots. Even lessons in Shastra, which promote greed for more wealth, sexual pleasure, or connection with people who are attached to sex, are all asserts, temporary, material, and useless. Any process that increases one's association with an attachment for temporarily useless object is called asat varta. In his explanation to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's words in Sisasaka number 2, Dhirudaiva, Sri Bhakti Notikure has given full explanation. He said this word Dhirudaivam are into 4 sections, and within this section there are subdivisions. In one of them he said Asat Trishna. Asat Trishna. Here is Asat Varta. Asat Varta. Asat Trishna, not Krishna, Trishna means that one who has taste for mundane things, for temporal things, taste for mundane material things is Asat. Trishna, not Krishna, Trishna. Regarding Krishna conscious intelligence, Mati, Sri Ramananda Rai has said the following: Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavita Matihi Kriye Yatam Yadi Kutupi Labhyati Tatra Lo Lyamapi Mulyam Ekalam Jatamakuti Sakritaina Labhyati. If it is possible to obtain intelligence absorbed in the rasa of pure devotional service to Krishna, then one must acquire it without delay. Intense greed for that rasa is the only price. It cannot be obtained even by pious activity in millions of births. Padavali 14. Padavali is Rupa Goswami. Yes, Rupa Goswami. All right. So meditation. The most dangerous and despicable form of worldly news that completely destroys our spiritual intelligence or consciousness is when we begin criticizing others. Srila Prabhupada explains this with the story of Ramachandra Puri, narrated by Paramananda Puri to Lord Chaitanya. We have said this many times. On his deathbed, Madhavendra Puri was experiencing the ecstasy of separation from Krishna. And he kept repeating the same verse that somehow others he had not attained his Lord, or other he had not attained his Lord. The Lord of Mathura, he was crying, "Where are you, Krishna?" That is ecstasy. He was in ecstasy. He's expressing his prayer. Hankering. He's hankering. And his external disciple, Shakapat Bhakta, who does not know where the spiritual master is in his Christian consciousness. He started to instruct his guru. Yesterday there was a question, a question of how do one minimize one's guru. This is one of the ways. Instructing the guru. So he was instructing his guru. By that, he was interfering, he was obstructing the sweet mellow of Madhavendra Puri. That is not the duty of a disciple. A disciple's duty is to support. But not interfere. But here, Ramachandra Puri was interfering with his guru's ecstasy, his spiritual mellow. He was sharing, he was demonstrating, he was manifesting. He was interfering. Ramachandra Puri approached his spiritual master and said, "Why are you crying? You are supposed to be a pure devotee." Krishna said, "Brahma Buddha Prasanatana Sutati Kanshati." Why are you lamenting? You must first, you must just lie there and be in complete bliss. Paramananda Puri explained that as soon as Ramachandra Puri uttered those words, he committed an offense to his guru, because one is not supposed to give instructions to his guru. I have said this the other day, quoting Sri Rupa Goswami's note of instruction. Prabhupada mentioned that in the purport. A guru shouldn't be our object of criticism or correction or punishment. Here, Ramachandra Puri is doing is correcting his guru. He's instructing him. He's giving instruction. In this way, he is disturbing the mood, the mellow of the guru. This is very dangerous. So he was cursed. But Ishwara Puri, who is an internal devotee, disciple devotee, he knows the inner nature of his guru. He was loyally, obediently serving the spiritual master like a menial servant, as a menial servant. He was doing that. He got blessed. The same place, in the same place. He was there serving his guru, very cleaning everything from his heart, just like Narottam Das Thakura was doing to his guru. The broom, Narottam Das Thakura was using to clean the toilet of his guru. That broom, Narottam Das Thakura was embracing that. He was hugging that broom. Yes, he was hugging the broom. Narottam Das Thakura. A broom he used to clean the toilet. Ishwara Puri was doing that. The same thing. But external devotee does not see. Even physically, they don't see. He came in there to instruct his guru, but he didn't see how his own god brother was serving the same guru. He didn't see. Because that is the problem with offense. One becomes blinded. Apparat takes away Radharani. Yes. Takes away Krishna. And what apparat does. Gossip. To understand, it makes us depleted. Where the spiritual potency to be able to understand the mood where Guru is, he lost it. But Ishwara Puri was just in there, doing everything diligently, thinking this is my opportunity. Just see how fortunate I am that I have this chance. There's a difference. Niskapa Bhakta and Sakapa. Srila Prabhupada, commenting on the story, cites Jiva Goswami in his Bhakti Sandarabha, where he says, even for one who has attained liberation, as soon commit an apparat offense, his vasanas become stronger. All narratives will multiply, become very deeply rooted. That means it hardened the heart. So we don't see the road to move forward in a good direction. Vasanas are the material desire hidden in our subconscious mind. In material life, the vasanas or the material desires have practically full control over us. The vasanas or samskaras that are dormant in our subconscious mind become weaker as a result of spiritual practice. We chant. What was once a problem no longer exists. When we chant, what was the problem becomes extinct if you chant. And that is chanting. That is chanting. We have said many times. Are we really chanting? Because if we chant, the problem will be destroyed. Yes. Jiva Goswami explained that even if a person has reached the stage of liberation and is at the level of a Jivan Mukta, as soon as he or she commit an offense, especially against a devotee, and especially against a pure devotee, the strength of that offense is such that immediately, out of nowhere, the demon of material desire becomes overwhelmingly strong. Therefore, a fortunate devotee should carefully avoid this. Yesterday afternoon, I was hearing a Christian was speaking. A Christian, not a devotee, was speaking. I heard it. I heard him. I listened to him. He said, Don't say that you cannot forgive him or her. Don't say that. If you say that, you're offending the Supreme God." That's a Christian speaking. Do not say that you cannot forgive him or her. Don't say that. That I cannot forgive you. I cannot forgive you. My mind went to so many devotees. This morning, somebody just said this to me. This morning, somebody just said it, and it's a devotee. But now, see, a Christian is speaking like this. Don't say that you cannot forgive him or her. By saying that, you are offending the Supreme Personality. And His Holiness Bhakti Maharaj said, if you cannot forgive him or her, how do you expect God to forgive you? What is a special quality you have that you cannot forgive, but we want Krishna to forgive? And Gurudev continued to say, yes, don't forgive anybody. Don't forgive anybody because we have not offended anybody. That's our qualification not to forgive because we have not offended anybody. If we have offended anybody, then you should forgive others if you want to be forgiven. As a Roman Catholic, I still remember the prayers we used to say. My Lord, forgive me. Give us our sin. As I forgive those who trespasses against me. That is what we pray. And here a devotee is saying that I cannot forgive. As a devotee. But is that from any scripture, either Bible or Quran or Torah or the Vedas? It is not there. So just look at the quality of our devotion. Look at the quality of our devotion. A devotee is saying, I cannot forgive them. Now a Christian is saying, do not say that you cannot forgive them because you are offending God. We offend God and go to God's kingdom. That's how it works. No, it doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. So Gurudev said, if we want people to forgive us, we also have to forgive others. That is the principle. One God says, I came to report. He was enumerating unlimited offenses the God brother has done to her. She was going on and on and on and on and on and on and crying to invoke the mercy of God. Then finally she descended. Gurudev, that is why I cannot forgive him. So Gurudev said, yes, don't forgive him. It is too much, don't forgive him. Because we have never offended any person else. She stopped crying. The moment the Gurudev said, she stopped crying. Gurudev repeated, please don't forgive him. It is too much. Don't forgive him because you have never offended anybody before. So therefore, don't forgive him. So she stopped crying. She didn't cry again. Segude added, if you have offended somebody, the same way you are feeling about somebody, they are also feeling about you. But we are so foolish, so condemned that we can use that word. I cannot forgive them. No problem, don't forgive them because we don't want to be forgiven also. That means that we are a product of this material. That's all. So that is the meditation. Hari Hari Bo. A prostitute of mundane talk steals the desire for love of God from the heart. It's just a picture to demonstrate. This is a picture to demonstrate. Yeah? Talks of impersonal Hari Hari Bo. Hari Hari Bo.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Now we would
Talks
be
of
having
personal depression is a tigress ready to eat the soul. See, the tiger is coming to devour the yogi. We should not allow impersonal liberation. Impersonal liberation is an offense to Krishna. Impersonal liberation is an offense to Krishna. Very, very dangerous offense. It is an envy of Krishna and denying Krishna of existence. One day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was speaking to the devotees. I will destroy him. I will destroy him. I will destroy him. I said I will destroy him. The devotee was shocked. The Lord of the teacher of the Napi Shunichana, he's speaking like he's shouting with full strength. I will destroy him. So the devotee was shocked because they have not had this before. Whom is he speaking? He said Prakashananda Saraswati. Why? He said he cutting my body into pieces. I have no body. This is very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. So the Lord is teaching us here very, very, very powerful. And Raghunath was teaching us very powerful lessons here. And they commented by Bhakti Vinod Thakura. So let us carefully avoid the tiger and the prostitutes so that we can diligently, unobstructedly progress gradually and enter into Raj. Sri Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Hare Krishna.
dear devotees. Now we would be having our question answers round. If anybody have any question, please raise your hand virtually or write this on chat box. Dear Shila Gurudev, we first have questions from yesterday. So Gunahari Prabhuji is asking, Gurudev, please, why eternal associates of the Lord like Pundarika Vidyanidhi were engaged in materialistic activities? Chaitanya Bhagavat Madhya Kand 7.
Pure devotees have no material activities. The pure devotees, they have no material activities. Pundarik Vidyanidhi has no material activity. It is we who say like that. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu have no association with the saints get fire. Even his devotee like Pataprudra, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't want to visit him. devotee tried many ways, he was refusing. But the same Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was calling, Father, 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 oh Father, where will I see you? The devotee said, who is that? Who is that? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was lamenting, Father. When devotee asked, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you all are very, very fortunate that you were asking to know about this devotee. This devotee purposely took birth only to give Krishna consciousness. How can he say he has material life? This is what Chaitanya himself is saying. That Pundarabhi, the needy purpose of taking birth here is what? To distribute Krishna consciousness. That's all his duty, to give Krishna consciousness. Please remember, we have said many times and will continue to say that pure devotees came here disguised, like Krishna himself disguised, so that they would cheat the non-devotees and bless the devotees. That is the reason. So, Chaitanya told them, if you see him, you will never understand. You will never recognize him. Because his external life, you would never see him as a devotee. A trash can of Kundari Vidyanidhi is made of gold. Trash can. Yes. See, it is made of gold, not silver, not bronze, gold. That is a trash can. You have to climb steps to go to his asan, the throne for him to sit. You have to climb. And all the steps are made of corals. The dome is made of diamond. The chamara and the pickup fan they use is also, yeah, the handle is also gold. And there are two mirrors from his side. One mirror from here, one mirror from that side. And then he look at the mirror, both sides, and look himself. When you look in the mirror, who do you see? Yeah, I see yourself, and when you look there, and he smile, smile, smile. Yeah, see me. Yeah, see me. So if you see a person like, this is the, that is the, this is the zenith of false ego and self-gratification. This is what naturally comes. Even a gentle, a pure devotee, like Dhira Pandit, because by nature he has been a pure devotee. He have never seen anything like that in his life. It's only pure devotion that he knows. First time in his life he's seeing this. Where is the devotee Mukun told me he was taking me to go and see? I was told to go and see a devotee, but what am I seeing? A saying get fire? When am I going to see that devotee? So what about us who are not devotees? So for some of us who are not devotees, what will we see? We will see nothing but saying gratification. How can a sense gratifier have such love for Krishna? Not possible. It's not possible. A sense gratifier cannot have love for Krishna. Otherwise, why are we spending our time in Bhakti Notakura is explaining the danger of sense gratification as Sadvarata? It's be given up. Because it is dangerous, so it should be given up. All right.
Thank you, Gurudev. Now we have question from Dipanshi Mataji. She is asking how we can apply the teachings of our acharyas and Goswamis in our life, and how can we understand their bhav so that we can progress in bhakti.
we should constantly pray for their mercy. We should constantly pray for their mercy. We should constantly beg for their mercy. Bhakti Thakura. Oh, Vaishnava Thakura, alone, I have no strength to chant the holy name of Lord Krishna. Alone, I don't have. Kangala, that's what we sing. We're singing. It's Tomar. But do not Thakura. I have no single strain in me to chant the holy name. Therefore, I am begging you, please, with a little faith, give me the treasure of the holy name of Lord Krishna. Krishna is yours. You have Krishna. I don't have. Therefore, I'm running behind you begging, give me Krishna, give me Krishna, give me Krishna, because you have it. This is a process. You have to beg. And Jiv Jagoswami, he said, Bhakti Node begged for the holy name and he received it. He didn't say, I work on it myself. He said, I beg for the name, then I receive it. This is a process. Next.
Shweta Mataji, please unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, Tanvat Pranam. My humble and respectful obeisances unto you. Maharaj, like forgiving a person, you said. So if someone has offended us, so means it's a big offense. So it has affected us deeply. So we have superficially forgive them, but when we meet them, it triggers all those things. What happens? So that means we have not forgive them from inside. So Maharaj, how to forgive them from inside? How can we develop this quality and means to become a good devotee? How to forgive even a very bad thing which occurred to you? So,
If we want to be forgiven, they should forgive. If we want to be forgiven, they should forgive. If we don't want to be forgiven, our qualification not to forgive is that we are so pure that we have never offended anybody. Never. But
no,
if
no,
we have offended somebody before, then
not
we
we,
should forgive.
not
If we
no,
artificially forgive, that means that we also be given artificial forgiveness.
no, Maharaj. If somebody has offended
We
us,
want to be forgiven, we should forgive. If we artificially forgive, we will also be given artificial forgiveness. So whom are we cheating? We are cheating ourselves. So we should know the reason why we should forgive others. We have made some statement. Because can you just listen? Don't just talk. You should listen. If you want to learn, if you want to make progress, you listen. Why should I do we artificially eat? Do we eat artificially? Can we eat plastics? Plastic banana, plastic apple, plastic grapes? Can we eat plastics? Why should I do artificial forgiveness? The first thing is to be forgiven because we want to be forgiven ourselves. So if I artificially forgive somebody, I will also be artificially forgiven. We are not intelligent. If you're intelligent, then we should do the right thing. Let us do the right thing. We should forgive first. That's the first thing. Either I want to see your face tomorrow, I don't want to see your face. That is the second thing. The first thing is to first of all forgive. In the Bible, it is said that one should not hold grudge until the next day. We should give it up before we sleep. It's in the Bible. And it's Holiness Bhakti Maharaj said, holding grudge is like a holding fire. Nobody feels peaceful holding fire. So if you are those who are keeping grudges, they are always in anxiety because they're holding fire. Not the person that is the issue, it is we who are the issue because we are the one holding fire. She will be burned. And that is the experience we see.
So, Maharaj, how to develop this quality of forgiving? Like if the strength of the activity did to you impacted you very deeply, so you felt you have forgiven them, you felt, but when you come across them, those things comes in your mind. That means you have artificially forgiven, according to my understanding. So, Maharaj, how should we develop this quality of forgiving from inside deeply and letting it go and be normal with that person?
I have to go and research. I will go and research, then I can answer your question. I will make more research.
Okay, Maharaj.
Yes. Next question.
Hare Krishna Gurudev. Now we have question from Shivani Mataji. She is saying that we work in
Shivam
different.
Prabhuji, Dipali Mataji. I think Shivam Prabhuji's question.
Okay, Mataji. Yes. Prabhuji is asking that we work in different fields for acquiring money, for which we have to engage in varieties of talks. We have to deal with different emotions in such dealings, especially if one is in business. So, does that also come under the category of Prajalpa? And can you please elaborate on what things are considered as Prajalpa?
Any talks which have no connection with Krishna is Prajalpa. Any talks that Krishna is not involved, that is Prajalpa. It may be refined one, it may be gross one, but all are Prajalpa. Any talks that doesn't have Krishna inside is Prajalpa. So if we are, yes, we are doing business. So we talk, we have to talk in business terms with people. It's Prajalpa. As a devotee, we will purify that when we engage the profit in serving Krishna. That is how we purify that Prajalpa. And if we look at the scripture very carefully, you'll see that there is a time for us to do this thing, and there's a time for us to completely stop all these things and engage in full devotional service. So we can be purifying ourselves by engaging everything we do in Krishna service. The Prabhupada said there are many people in this Hare Krishna movement who work in factories, they work offices, whatever they earn to give to Krishna. He said they are renounced. They are renounced devotees. That is Bhagavad Gita 18:11 purport. So we get purified by that, engaging all the result of our office work, our business, in service of Krishna. So that becomes indirect devotional service because we'll engage in Krishna consciousness. Still, we have to give up everything completely as a certain stage. You see, all our children, they do that. All right.
Hare Krishna Preeti Mein Mataji, please unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna, Shila Gurudev, Dandavat Pranam. Shila Gurudev, I wanted to know a little about the second part of the verse where it was mentioned that give up any kind of attachment to Narayan. And then in the previous days, we were seeing that all the limbs of sadhana bhakti that we are doing, we should try to go internal and maintain that kind of a mood. So I wanted to know from you, whilst we are engaged in deity worship services, so like you were mentioning, all the external activities are worshipping Lakshmi Narayan like that. So whilst engaging in certain activities, then how would the consciousness be? Because the actions and the inner thoughts might are not very much aligning like that. So, some of them.
If we engage in Lakshmi Narayan worship that we're doing regularly, we're doing deity worship, and our mind is sincerely doing these services. The mind is sincerely doing all these services, following the rules and regulations in the scripture, constantly begging for forgiveness, begging for strength to do the right thing. When this is our consciousness, the Lord is taking account of everything. And as we are doing this, He is gradually purifying us. And then we will eventually come to the stage of Radha Krishna worship. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were taking us to the end. Which Bhaktivinoda Thakur is also saying, he's taking us to the end. So that we should not just remain in the Vaidhi stage. We should know that this is just the beginning and we're progressing to Raga Bhakti, to Prem Bhakti. We should know that. So we walk through. We should have a goal. If you know the goal, if you know the destination, then we can know how to get there. Otherwise, if it's just simply function. For example, someone is chanting 128 rounds every day, and is very offensive to other devotees, very, very arrogant. He does not have any service. He doesn't have any service. That is not jap. It is an alphabet. What's the proof? The proof is that these kind of people, their laws are unquenchable. Their ego is unquenchable, is always multiplying. You know, I chant 128 hours every day. Do you know me? They're advertising it. They're very proud about it. But they are not checking to see, is your anger going down? Is your envy going down? Is your loss decreasing? They don't care to check about that. They're simply proud of how many alphabetical words they are reciting every day, while the vasanas are increasing or they're being maintained. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Murari Guru, give up, sit around, worship. Do it, Radha Shama Sundar worship. He told Venkatabat in South India, Sri Ranga, give up Lakshmi Narayan worship. Take to Radha Krishna worship. He doing this deliberately. He's not offending himself. He's talking about himself, not somebody else. So this is not a gossip, this is not a blasphemy, this is the reality, the truth. So we should know where we are and we should know where we are going. And we should know what we're doing so that we can put the necessary effort in doing it to reach the goal. All right?
Yes, Shilamurti, thank you so much.
Hari. So don't stop worshiping your deities.
Yes,
So
Gurudev.
worship the deities to be able to develop your love. Because if you don't do it, you're not going to get there. You have to do it to to get purified, to get to the stage of worshipping other Shamsundar. Then you will get there. All right, next question. If there is, before we close for today.
Gurudev, next question is from Arjun Dubey Prabhuji. And he's saying that as we have just read that when a liberated soul does an offense, then all the material desires captures that soul. So does that mean even in a liberated soul, the propensity of doing an offense, sin, doesn't get destroyed?
No. When we say liberation, we should understand what liberation have different stages. There is real liberation. Real liberation is pure love of God. That one goes to home, back to Godhead. That's the real liberation. And the word liberation is so condemned that Sarabha Bhattacharya started changing the scripture. Anywhere there is liberation, we change it to Bhakti. But the time we told him, no, don't do like that. Because he could see how dangerous. From experience, he saw how he wasted his time. Why this thing just wasted my time? He just cheated me. So he didn't want to hear the word liberation again in his life. Anywhere in the scripture, the liberation will change it to Bhakti. But Chitampo told him, no, don't do like that. Because liberation it has different stages. It's not only impersonal liberation. No, it is not. It is a professional, like pure liberation, which is pure love of God. So, transcending the three modes of nature is liberation. That's liberation. One can still make offense, even at the stage of Baba. At the stage of Baba, one can still make offense. Especially, as mentioned here, the pure devotee. One can still make offense. Rupa Kaviraj, he was at the stage of Baba when he offended Krishna Premi Thakurani. Krishna Premi Thakurani. She was on the Prema level. Rupa Kavira was on the Baba level. So he offended Krishna Premi Thakurani. He fell down. He became a speculator. He was not having the potency he got from his guru that when he speaks, Saraswati, the goddess of learning, sits in his class. Because of the mercy of his guru, he was so powerful. But when he offended Krishna Prem Thakurani, that potency was taken away from him. I have one example. The second example is Jadbara was also on the Baba platform. So he fell down. Only at the stage of Prem that one does not fall. That stage is nothing like offenses. It's nothing like fall. It's a permanent and eternal position. One does not fall from it. So at different levels. All right?
Gurudev, we have our next question from Rattangi Radha Devi Dasi Mataji. She's saying, Hare Krishna Srila Gurudev, Danvat Pranam. Gurudev, if somebody very close want to share her pain with me, how somebody disturbed her, how should we hear and guide her, or should we not? Or is it Prajalpa or not?
We should have the problem want to share with us. We should listen and give the person Krishna conscious advice so that the person will get out of that. I did not consider the Prajalpa. Prajalpa is say gossip, idle talks. idle talks. Yeah, if somebody come and share, I'm so disturbed by it. What the devotee said to me, I'm so disturbed, so hurt, and please, and tell me what I should do in this condition. Yeah, we should listen, we should hear the person and give him or her the advice that the person will get free from that problem. We should do that. Let's not consider bias.
Thank you, Gurudev. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Gurudev, our next question is from Dipanshu Prabhuji, and he's saying, how can we become free from subtle offenses?
Yes, we'll be free from offenses by our inner development. If we practice very nicely, then we'll have the strength to avoid offenses. We should intensify our effort in practice. Then we'll be free.
Okay, thank you so much, Gurudev. Dear devotees, we are now done with our today's question answers round, and we will take the remaining.
Excuse me, there's one question here.
Okay,
And there's
Gurudev.
one here. Sorry. From Nana Hari Prabhu is asking, please, how should we relate to those who may, even the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, will get away from ISKCON? And although he may be very respected as great Babaji or great lineage Vaishnava, still he openly write commentaries and give lectures openly criticizing Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta purport, and even Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati preaching activities and Siddhanta presentations. We should avoid those people. We should avoid them. They became Babaji today because of Prabhupada. Wherever they are today, it is Prabhupada who brought them out from the condemned life they have been before. Prabhupada who came to rescue them and brought them up. Now they have become civilized, better than Prabhupada. That is an offense. I have no love for any person who criticizes like Prabhupada. I will never appreciate any person who criticizes like Prabhupada. Should carefully avoid them. Whatever they have is garbage for me. That's all. Hare Krishna, thank you very much, the Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna, dear Srila Gurudev, thank you so much for giving us this wonderful opportunity to hear this wonderful lecture from your lotus mouth. Srila Gurudev ki jai.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Vinod Thakur
Jai.
ki jai.
Jai.
Swami ki jai.
Jai.
Gora Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.
Jai. Jai.
So, dear devotees, we would like to thank our
And
Sevaki
Sakatar
for
Bisaka
today
Pasada
on our day
Pasaka
9 of
Pasaka
Manah-Siksa. So, today we had Dipali Bhatt Mataji hosting this session for today. The Vaishnav song was offered by Aditi Mataji. Shweta Mataji was there admitting and renaming participants in. Our Portuguese language interpretation was offered by Her Grace Yogini Mataji. And Kamalakshi Mataji was offering the Hindi language interpretation today. Her Grace Shavna Mataji was there with the muting and spotlighting of devotees. And with this, we'll be meeting all of you for our day 10. And we're almost one third to Kartik, and it's been really very loving, enthusiastic, and encouraging to be in all of your wonderful association. Look forward to meet all of you tomorrow once again, and thanking all the devotees in service and our inspiration, our beloved spiritual master, His Holiness Bhakti Guru Swami Maharaj. Shri Kartik Maas ki jai, Shri Gurudev ki jai, Gaur Bhakti Vrinda ki jai.